Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a 3-month general reading for Cancer. So whenever I'm setting up my space, one of the first things I do is I make sure there's a door or a window open, and I begin the process by smudging. Smudging is really important for clearing out negative energies, negative thoughts, anything that may influence your reading negatively. It also really actually helps to kind of ground you and get you in a state of mindfulness and of meditation. But you want to make sure you have that door open so that the negative energies can float out. You can use white sage or regular sage, cedar, pine, really whatever you prefer. I'm really enjoying white sage right now. And I usually just let it sit in my smudging bowl here and just permeate the air. I also then light a candle. I find it helps me focus my thoughts. It kind of brings my intuition and my spirit guides and everything in to let them know that the spiritual reading is starting. And then I set out my crystals. First one being sodalite, blue kyanite. Those two I pick specifically because they are really good for grounding your intuition. They help open it up, awaken it, bring it into yourself, and make the connection between you, your intuition, and your spirit guides stronger. Then I like to have rose quartz. You can see it. Rose quartz is really connected to the heart chakra, which I believe is essential in every reading because you want to enter every reading with love, light, and positivity. Then I use citrine. Citrine I find is just, for me personally, really helps me ground. It puts me in a really meditative, spiritual, and awakened state. There's a couple of other ones. Right now I'm working with jet. This is a good one because it clears away negative energies. It kind of sucks all negative energies in and holds it and doesn't allow it to go anywhere. So it's an added protection against negativity. I have a new one I'm using called K2. This is really good for opening up your third eye chakra and awakening your psychic abilities. And today I've picked a crystal that I feel like to me really represents Cancer. The energy of it just said Cancer to me when I was looking through my stones, and that is Fancy Jasper. I'm going to be using the Robin Wood Tarot deck. It's one of my favorite decks. It was given to me by a really good friend of mine. And one of the things I love the most about it is that it's very beautiful. The images are gorgeous, but they're also very simple and easy to read. So when you're learning how to read tarot or getting into doing tarot, this is a really great deck to start with because you get all of the beauty of maybe a fancier tarot deck, but with the simplicity and easy ability to understand and divine of a beginner deck. The other deck I'm going to be using today is the Santa Muerte Oracle deck. Now it's one of my personal favorites. It's a new deck I just got that I've been working with. It's a little more complicated than the Robin Wood or than maybe some other Oracle decks. Some of the images are pretty easy to discern, others not so much. But it's a fantastic deck. I just love the energy and the colors of it. So it's another one that is great to add to your collection. So without further ado, let's see what 2019 has in store for you, Cancers. Spirit guides, please send me messages for the next 3 months for Cancer. Not everyone has a different way they like to pull or set up cards. For me, I just shuffle until really my intuition tells me that's enough. And then I take some time to meditate on the cards. And once I felt that I've cupped them and piled them in the right way, I will fan out my deck and pull. Some people like to pull from the top. I do this method, and then I just keep feeling until a card jumps out at me. I also do use that if a card flies out of the deck, that to me symbolizes that that is a card that we are supposed to be using. And I don't work with reversals. You can, I just don't feel like it's necessary. All right, now that we have all of our cards together, let's take a look. So to start off, we have the Three of Pentacles. So for me, this always symbolizes artistic ability, creativity. I think personally, Cancer, this is you. You have these talents, creativity, artistic ability. It may not be in the traditional arts. It could be in business, it could be in finance, but you have successful. You're able to create beautiful things, great things with whatever you put your mind to. And as a result of that, you try to do a million things at once, which is further represented by the Ten of Wands. So because you have so many talents and skills and abilities and you're good at so many things, you overload yourself. And you try to do way too many things at one time, and your success actually becomes a burden. And it sort of breaks you down and wears you out. So what I'm seeing is happening here is in the beginning of 2019, you have all these gifts and all these things you want to do. And this is probably carryover from 2018. And you're at this place now where you're like, I can't, it's too much. As we can see also with the Tower card that came up for the last couple weeks of January, you need a radical change. You need a radical movement away from the going, doing. You need just radical transformation. And it might be a little painful and there might be some uncomfortability with it, but in order to foster these, you need to make a change to what you're doing because you're going to be way too worn down. Once you make that change, as I can see with the Chariot, you will be able to speed ahead forward. You will be able to do great things. You know what, actually, I feel like this probably goes with the end of March. Beginning of February is the time of the Hermit. So like I said, you have all of these skills and abilities, these talents that you've been gifted with. As a result, you try to be good stewards of these talents and just use them too much. Now it's time for radical change. And for you, Cancer, it's becoming a hermit. As Cancers, you like to give. You like to do for others. You like to help. You like to be there. You like to share. It's time for you to take some Cancer time. It's time for you to return to the things that make you passionate. It's time for you to look inside to what you really want to do, what you're really excited about, whether it's blogging, crafts, family time, starting a new hobby, maybe a career change. It could be anything, but you need to focus on you. And so the first couple weeks of February, you need to take some you time. Some time for you to figure out what you want to do, what makes you happy, to rejuvenate and rebuild yourself. You need to build up the strength and the courage to be like, no, sorry, I can't. No, sorry, I can't. No, sorry, I can't. No, sorry, I can't. You got to start learning that no word. That word's going to be vital for you in the coming year. Learn how to say no. Now, this may not be the case for all of you, but I happen to know some Cancers personally, and no is a word they could get much better with. You need to just take some time for you. Learn to say no. It's okay. People will understand. From there, we move into the Knight of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So for me, what this shows is once you've had that radical change, you've played the hermit a little bit, you've built up your strength and courage, a new opportunity is going to come to fruition in the beginning of March. This could be something that you've started building in January, could be something that you started building in February. This could be something you started building years ago, but is now actually starting to become something for you because you've taken that time to regroup and figure out what your priorities are and what you really want. So these cups can represent a person coming into your life, which is entirely possible. But I think it's going to be an opportunity that's going to provide stability and reliability. It's going to come as a result of some maturity and growth that you go through during your time of hermit life, and your courage building time. So this opportunity is going to come in full force, and it's going to be better than you could have hoped or imagined. And it's going to lead to the end of March, which is why I think the Chariot fits here better, is because the end of March, you get to go full steam ahead in doing what you've always wanted to do, which is helping others and caring for others with the gifts and talents that you have. So the Six of Pentacles generally represents wealth and giving back, which is something from my experience with Cancers they love to do. They love to give back. So if you take some time to yourself, you'll be able to do more come this year than you will if you keep trying to go on the path that you've been going on. Hence why I moved the Chariot to the end, because I feel like it just fits better there. That if you go through this process, this radical change, you take some time for yourself, you rebuild, with this new opportunity, you're going to be able to give back and do more than you could have imagined doing before. Now I want to see what oracle message the spirit guides might have for you. Messages for Cancer. Messages for Cancer. Just like that. So, the first card I pulled happens to be one of my favorites, which is the card of femininity. Now, this doesn't just have to mean women. It can be men and women. But it's basically, if I were to say Cancer in card form, it's this card. It's like this positive, beautiful energy that basically envelops all things loving and caring and growth related. This energy of just wanting to help and take care of and do for others and be there for others and support, which I just get a lot with Cancers. I find that is a trait that Cancers, most of them just carry. So it's about embracing this and not only giving this to others, but giving it to yourself as well. Taking some time to love and care for yourself the way that you do for other people, because that's going to make all the difference this year. The other card is one I actually haven't really worked with before, haven't had come up. This is the Queen of the Dead, an afterlife. Now, that may sound a little dark and morbid, but what actually she represents is transformation, which is what the next 3 months is really all about for you. If I could speak, that'd be great. What the next 3 months is all about for you. It's a time of transformation. You're going to shed off maybe some old habits that weren't always great for you, of this running yourself till you're empty to give to everybody else. And take some time for yourself to rebirth, to be able to do even more for people, but in a healthy way for you. Don't get me wrong, Cancer. It's fantastic that you want to help, and it's fantastic that you love as hard as you do and you care. But you need to love yourself and care for yourself just as much so you can continue caring for the rest of us. Because if you don't have a Cancer in your life, people, you need one. They're fantastic. They're fantastic. So, Cancers, transformation time. Take care of yourself so that you can give to everyone else, okay? Like I said, this is a general reading. This may not apply to everyone, but I really appreciate you tuning in and watching. If you have anything you want to share, any comments, any feedbacks, please, please, please comment down below. Leave a like. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you think that there's anyone that would benefit from this video, share it as well. As always, love and light. Have a blessed rest of your day or evening.